Johnny, welcome back to sunny Seattle.
Hey,
it's just like Maui here.
Not quite. It's a little
July in Seattle, I gotta tell you. Okay, so one of the things when you're learning how to foil, we've given a bunch of instruction, where to put your feet, how to get up, how to fall, and do all these things really well. You know what we forgot? How to drive the boat. I would say when you're in the learning process, about 50% of your success or failure behind the boat is gonna be how the boat is driven. So, in this video, we're gonna give you the key tips to be able to drive safely and effectively to help that person get up on their foil and have a great day. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. Let's get this boat driven right.
Johnny, you ready? First thing, you know, on a wake surfer, you know, a lot of times you can do a hot start where you're kind of rolling. But with the wake foil, you can't do this running start. Watch what happens to John here is I don't stop the boat. He can't control in terms of getting that board in place to be ready to go. He gets pulled all around. So instead, go very slowly, try to slack that line. I'm gonna go ahead and hit reverse, all subtle movements as I'm driving. So I'm watching both in the mirror and behind me. John appears to be ready. Now this is what you don't want to do. Watch the throttle here. Ready? Here we go. You'll notice I just hammered the throttle. And in doing so, I hammered Johnny. and I almost threw my buddy Eric out of the boat. So when you start, it's not like pulling a water skier. You don't just hammer it because you're gonna hurt somebody. So let's go ahead and let's see what we can do here and get this thing set up so it goes correctly. Dude. Johnny, how do you like that?
Swallowed a bunch of water. Just slow it down a bit.
All right. I'm looking back. Notice where John is. Uh-oh. He might be on the wrong side of the boat. Well, he's on the driver's side. That's going to create some issues. But watch the throttle here. This is how I do it. I look back. Once he's in place, you wait for him to have his feet on the board. Gently let all the slack of the line come out. Try to get so the boat stops its forward momentum as the line gets put. There it is. Watch how softly I do it. It literally is that slow. You can't go too slow. Nice and slow. Here's my issue though. Uh-oh. 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 It turns out that if you start the foiler on the wrong side of the boat, well, a little bit like a wake surfer, but an experienced wake surfer, that's not going to be a problem on a wake surfer. On a wake foil, even an experienced wake foiler is going to have a hard time if you start them on the wrong side of the boat, and especially if you put a little extra power on the acceleration when you do it. So, go slowly. Give the rope time to just barely slack. Make sure you're close to neutral and get the rider on the proper side of the boat. Once appropriately behind the boat, you see the board's up. Go ahead and do a nice slow start. Okay, now here you assume that John is a decent rider. I'm watching in the mirror, seeing him. We get up to speed. One of the most common ways to fall is you don't know how to get outside the wake at the start. And so what happens is if you're not really good and an experienced rider in terms of getting over that wave, it's very, very difficult. Here's the typical fall. Now, the suggestion here is you go ahead and see right now John's directly behind the boat. I'm gonna just angle my boat a little bit to the left so I can get him on the proper side of the wave. Once we get him up, to avoid what just happened, what we're gonna do is we're gonna slow the boat down to help him get over those waves until he gets outside. Once he's outside, then we're gonna be bringing the boat up to speed. So the rider back there can go ahead and glide himself over a little bit, and you do that with a little bit of pressure from the boat. Then once he's in place, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it very softly. Again, we're just walking that throttle forward. It's very light. Now I'm watching him. Now notice, I'm not up to speed yet. I'm just watching him get outside, and then once he's outside and clear of the overall wake, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the boat up to speed. But one of the number one things you can do as a driver is manage this speed until your rider gets to the place where they're happy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring it all the way up to 11.2 miles an hour. My cruise control is set. I now have a happy rider back there having a great time. And follow those tips and you'll be safe and having a great time every time. But have your driver learn how to drive the boat. It'll help you have a great experience back there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Johnny, thank you for being back there. You took a couple falls, but it's all in the betterment of mankind.
Hey,
Making it safer for everybody out there.
I'm willing to sacrifice, but hopefully people got something out of it.
Remember, when you're driving, be safe. Keep an eye on the foiler. Make sure you hit it real slowly. And if they need a little help, go slowly until they get outside of the wake and then they come back in. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube video. Come back soon and we'll do more things all about the water, foiling, and get ready for ski season. Well, I'll go after.
Oh,
I'm
exhausted.
You've been putting in your time.
Plus, I'm getting cold, man. But just the heat get out of me. That one where I Superman. The one where I said, "Pull me on the other side, and I'll get a lot of speed." I don't think I realized how much speed I had. I hit the water, and it's like,
Oh my God, that was great.